Hello guys, back again. My Miloš with Ilan from Inside Fighting. Welcome to our new lesson today. So today it's gonna be about the 3 timing points we have in Wing Chun. Early, on time, and late. Okay, just show you how it has to look like. Early means he wants to do something, I attack immediately, I don't let him do anything. That's early. So I suppress everything he wants to do. On time means he launched something and I can come in and do something. Okay? Late means he caught me a little bit off guard. I went backwards to secure myself, but in Wing Chun we say never retreat without an attack. Okay, so when you see Wing Chun people going backwards and waiting for the next attack and it looks like more sparring, that's what's gonna happen, you see? Okay, in Wing Chun, when I'm late, you see, even I went backwards, there's no retreat without an attack. It has an immediate counter attack, okay? So, a little bit about the footwork. It depends on, always, how your opponent stands in front of you. What we don't want to do, there's always called the so-called center line. And there's a misconception about this. Center line is the mutual line that we have from my center point towards his. But when he turns like this, has this guard a little bit, so it's not a curve. I cannot create a curve. So to attack your center line, I cannot attack his center line. We occupy this imaginable line, center line, with our part of our arms. Okay, this is how we go forward. But when I go in, space-invading step, I always violate his stance. I violate his stance, okay? What I don't want to do, I don't want to stand in between his legs. Thank you very much. And you see, he immediately feels encouraged to do something. If he maybe steps forward a little bit, I cover from outside.
Oh yeah.
You see, I cover from outside here. Okay? So I make him move immediately. Step invading stance means always targeting and violating his stance that he feels uncomfortable. Even when I'm late, I have to go backwards. I can do something here. Okay? So pay attention that your 3 timing points are always covered by an attack. Okay? I don't want to go in when I see people or Wing Chun people have a guard piece going in and looking for a paksa. So why should I, when everything is here and he has a slight gap, why should I go from outside and maybe not go in properly and give him the chance to load up and get knocked out? I don't want to have that. So last time I talked a little bit about what we do. We have a wedge and we throw out a net a little bit. Okay, it's the same thing with our footwork. So when he stands like this and I'm here, you see, I go a little bit this way. How does it feel for you?
Well, you're off balancing me completely.
Yeah?
Because your leg drives in on a unique angle. Like, look at your toe and everything. It's so specific. But my foot goes from being here to being here, and I can't do anything once that happens.
Okay? And when you see his arms, I don't go this way. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because he can try to bounce it away, but you see, I'm still driving in.
Yeah, it still moves me back. Okay?
This is one thing. The other thing is, when you're more advanced than Wing Chun, this is how you throw out the net. You like that?
What did you do there?
Look, what we do, we have this sneaky catching off guard zigzag movement. So I do this, and you see, I throw out my net here.
It confused me because I saw you going this way and then you were over here.
Yes.
What happened?
And throwing out a net means what a lot of Wing Chun guys do, they want to trap here first and then they practice always like, first of all, it's wrong to go next to your arm. So why you're building a bridge and you're not going over the bridge? Makes no sense. So all of you Wing Chun guys who practice Chunda like this, you have no clue. Sad but true, I build a bridge and I go over my bridge. And I go it as soon as I have my bridge. So I don't bridge one movement, the other. Makes no sense, okay? I show you how it has to look like. And this is quick. So I always catch him off balance and off his timing.
Did you guys see that he was on my foot?
Yeah?
He stepped on my foot.
Okay? So again, slow motion. When I'm here, you see that's the bridge. And as soon as the bridge is there, my arm goes over. Because it makes no sense, and especially with someone like Ilan, who's very quick and practiced in these skills like pump, 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 pump. You see, someone who's quick in that. And you want to do something like this, you see he has his arm already there. So it makes no sense. If I go in here, you see, I don't give him a chance to do anything anymore, okay? And from here, it's not that I want to drive over his shoulder. I have to drive him here. I have to drive through his body, okay?
Sorry, can I say something?
Of course.
It feels like grappling, it doesn't feel like striking. It feels like your hit is not only used to cause damage, it becomes almost like a crossface. It becomes like a structure that has me looking away, that off balances me. So you're not hitting me just to hurt me, you're hitting me to literally make me turn and be off balance, and you're doing it with your whole body.
Yes, and thank you for that reply. And this was one of the most precious things, so you open up a nice box, okay? What's the difference about wrestling styles and striking styles? Wrestling styles go in and they stay in, because otherwise wrestling makes no sense, right? Striking styles are about in and out, okay? The only striking style that goes in and stays in is Wing Chun. So now maybe you understand even more, or you guys understand even more, because we talked about the sense of sparring. How much sense would the way I do make sparring now?
It would make it, it's just an impossible way to spar because it's constant forward, off balance. I can't do it, but it's off balancing pressure all the time.
So if someone wants to spar, he's welcome to come, but I spar the way I spar.
Okay. Which is a fight.
Yeah? So because it makes no sense for me to have an exchange of in and out. That's not the way we fight.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be here, boom.
No,
boom, boom, boom,
of course not. Yes.
Boom. Like that's not what you're actually trying to do.
What we do in Wing Chun, I'm here and maybe he does a good thing and he pushes me away, I reset.
And then you come and explode.
And then I go again, okay? But I don't want to give him the chance here to have an exchange. And yes, thank you very much, because that's the distance of all these striking styles and they're very skilled in this, okay? Next thing is, when we go in and we don't stand here and hold on to someone, because this is something what all these grappling styles are doing, right? So even here, we start to engage to do something. So whatever he wants to do, to hold me, to catch me, you see, we have to be moving, adapting to his movements, and striking the whole time, okay? So whenever I come in, you see, I don't care what, he might or wants to touch me or to hold me.
Yeah.
Sorry?
That's okay.
Okay?
My groin is okay.
So you see, guys, we never go for the purpose of an exchange of the momentum other styles are doing. So when I go in, I strike, okay? And when I'm in, I don't go back.
It's also very jarring if I do come into that I'm getting hit, even if I do get blow, or there's always something like catching me in the face or the groin.
Yeah. So another thing is, even if he goes down here, okay? So you see a lot of guys try to do things here, and the Wing Chun guys try to hold on to some because they've never trained properly.
Yeah.
If you understand your form, you feel the difference?
Yeah, I do.
And the same way I go, you see, I go
yeah.
out here. And that's the fourth set of the Yunum Tao, when you do double lancer movement, out, and then you come in like this. And if you don't understand this movement properly, they will never able. Someone drives in here with his head, okay, you see? And even here, I'm able to do something. Even being banded, maybe this, let's bring the other side. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. And pretty hard, please, pretty hard, you see? Yeah. And even here, I can do something.
And I have a very strong, I'm very strong.
Yeah, and you can ask him how this feels here.
Feels like I'm being cross-faced and dragged.
Okay.
I mean, I can't stop it.
Yeah, because...
And you're doing it nice. I feel like you could do it across my nose. Like.
Yes. One thing is that way. The other thing is the moment he goes down, I want to have this.
Yeah.
This is the fifth side of the Yunum Tao form. Okay, the moment he comes in, I want to create my hand here, and that's enough to take over. And then my third set,
Yeah, once you have a chin
lower
strap.
elbow force. Okay, so this is what I've showed you, the timing point late. This is what we do when we are late here, so we have to create abilities to do something, okay? Late, when he attacks from here, I have to retreat to make a little bit space. But you see, even I punch you off, I slap you off, and you create something new, but I have to go in here, not wait. Okay? So whenever he comes in, I'm like, pop! I create space.
So you, this is interesting. So you try and, okay, like you throw a punch at me, oh, I was late.
Yes.
But then you don't wait and you
Yes.
go first right
Yes.
away. So you go from late to use it to be early.
Yes.
Late to early, even
Yes.
if you can be early, you're early.
Yes.
But if you're late, you use it to be early.
Yes, exactly. Let's go. I'm gonna attack you. Okay?
Boom, and then
Yes, that's it.
For me, it's, you
Yes.
know, I'm just so.
Yeah, yeah, and you see, you're in. Okay? You're in. When you're on time, then you can pick whatever you want.
Yes.
I'm gonna strike at you. You want time? Yes, you see? That's on time. That's on time.
Down, whatever, yeah.
That's on time. You see? So it's an adaptable thing we have, right? Okay? And that's very important. So with on time, what does that mean? We have to practice things. So what you've seen here, very important. He launches a punch. We go on time now, okay? And you see they explain you have to block this, not block, or parry this with a bong saw. Everyone who in Wing Chun who says we are parrying any kind of hits with a bong saw, we go in with a bong saw, has no clue about Wing Chun. Okay? The bong saw is always created by him. So when he gives me a punch, and the way he punches like this, I'm through. You see?
Yeah.
So your elbow has to be lower than my arm that you create and bong saw. And we're doing this slow that you can see when I go in here what the bong saw is about, okay? Strike as fast and as hard as you can, please. Have you seen the bong saw?
No. I didn't see anything.
Okay? And you see, we are still targeting forward, so I have to adapt that you're standing right in front of me where my biggest force is.
Yeah. It just
You see?
feels so crowded.
Okay? So again, slow motion, when I go in, you see, and I go constantly forward with my bong saw. I want to show you, it's an exaggeration. You come in. You see, I always follow my arm. This becomes my new bridge.
So okay, when you say you create a bridge, you mean you bring something down and punch over it.
Yes. Yes.
You take the space, everything's underneath it, and then you can do
Yes.
whatever you want on top.
Yes, and this is one of the very important things on Wing Chun. Okay? A secret lesson for you, which is not a secret. Everything we say in Wing Chun, what is under my center point, I suppress. Everything what is over, I throw away. Okay? So you see, it makes no sense to just rely, oh, I did a bong saw here. If you punch, let's go for real, let's go for real. If I do a bong saw, you see what's going to happen? Bang!
Yeah.
Okay, but when you punch, you see?
Oh yeah, I went for it there also.
You see? So you have to earn my bong saw. I don't do it voluntarily because what I want to do is this. We had one conversation, I think, when I told you I have the same principle like you. I don't want to create techniques. I want to take someone out with my first 3 punches. Okay, that's very important.
You're taking them out with your defense. Your defense is your attack.
Yeah, exactly. And that's called the redundance of the system. Okay? So there's another thing I can show you in 3 timing points. It's what's one of the most common attacks?
Haymaker.
Haymaker. Okay, let's go with a haymaker. Okay, this is, you see, late because you see when I go out, pop, this is where he ends. And this creates opportunity for me even, and we have to, our back step has to work like jumping on a spring. Okay, I do it in real time, okay? Yeah. That's where I'm at. Okay? So I show slow motion, boom, bang. Okay? That's late. So whenever he comes in, you see, boom, and this is power posture. When you're well trained in Wing Chun with the whole timing, I'm doing something similar we did in one of your previous videos, which I really like. That's the trump you kick. And it can be executed pretty quick. There it is.
I want to say something because I notice when people watch these videos, they go, why aren't you throwing a hook like a boxer? Like this. It's not that we don't know how to throw hooks. It's that in the street, someone's going to push you and go,
Yes, exactly.
So you train for what's happening for
Yes.
self-defense.
Yes.
You said it great one day to me. You said, I'm training people who are coming to train 3 times a week for an hour a week to learn how to fight on the street. They're not here to train 10 hours a day to go fight John Jones.
No.
And I like that you're able, because it's just stupid comparison when people, why are you learning how to defend this? Like that's not what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's not nothing of it's going to happen in real life. Even trained people, rare number of trained people, act like in the street like they act in the ring. Okay? Just watch some rolls after some UFC fights when the trainers or the staff jump in and the both start in the ring, in the octagon. You can see none of these pro fighters acted like during the fight.
Conor McGregor, when Khabib jumped in the ring, it became a bar fight. These are the best fighters in the world. What were they doing? Wild haymakers. That's what happened.
Okay?
Yes,
so I don't want to
right.
offend anyone, and Ilan's not going to offend anyone, but with us guys, we like to speak as it is, the truth, so live with it. Okay? The next thing is haymaker on time. So I'm here, he's gonna win. So I have to go in, you see, I have to cut him out. Okay? So what I have to do, I have to adjust my shoulder belt to his.
A lot of balance when I do.
Yes, you see? So this is only a security. Okay? To mirror his position, and my arm is a security. Okay? But what makes it so good and so precious? Okay, I'm gonna execute it to your chest a little bit, okay? And you see, I'm constantly moving in.
Yeah.
I'm constantly moving in. So when I'm here, he's gonna come back. Okay? That's how it works.
It's scary.
Okay?
I mean that, it's scary. I've been hit a lot. It's scary because it's a type of energy that I'm not as used to. It's like you're just trying to explode into my face with like angles I'm not used to.
We're going fluently but very slowly, so you can see what might happen in this situation, okay?
Oh yeah. Should we do that on a different angle?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm just getting caught repeated.
Okay? And elbows, even you know it from the way you fight, can be executed pretty quick.
And they're pretty devastating.
Yep. And what does early mean? Okay. You see? And one of the most important things Wing Chun people do wrong, because they practice that we in practice, we target the chest, not to hit the face. Okay, of course, we need our training partner for the next lesson. So if I beat him up, he's not going to show up. Okay, and the pity is, we have two different fist punches, fist strikes. The one from the Sinum Tau form goes on the inward line. Okay, but the Champion form, this punch of the Champion form is the punch you start in a real fight. Because in real fight, I don't want to go in here somewhere. I don't want to narrow myself. So when I'm here, poof!
Ooh, yeah.
I just press out. So for the haymaker, you're here expecting something, you see, you just come out. Okay? So now again, to the footwork. The footwork has to be explosive. When I'm standing here, we never start like this. Every Wing Chun person who starts like this, who get taught like this, has no clue. Why should I offer you a target? And by the way, it's a very weak target because I cannot resist anything. Bang! Okay? So it's stupid. Or, no, you can lift your leg. Yeah, but then?
Yeah, it's gonna go right through it.
Okay? We always start like this. So I have to equal out everything. So here you have to look for a target, right?
Yeah.
You see how he's looking? Okay? And my footwork, doesn't matter what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nervous to do anything.
Okay, you see, I have to smash it, I have to rush it, maybe from this side, I do it with my left leg. Okay? You see? And you see my punch always goes to the front. Slightly wedging, okay, that's it. Okay, and here, when I start to punch, you can execute things like this. In Wing Chun we do it a little bit different. What we do, we close just our lance out. Okay? Because we're not used to go down with someone. That's why we just stand here and you see, then this comes with hammers in. And even if I want to bring him down a little bit more, I do my backstep.
Yeah.
You see? So the philosophy is the same you have. But the way is a little bit different because our posture is upright. And we're not used to rumble.
I wish people could see my perspective, because what you guys don't see is that when he hits, you ever have a boxer who has a very sneaky jab? The thing that I notice about sneaky jabs is they come from low to high and very straight. There's no load up, they're just here and it's in. That's kind of how you're punching. You have a straight line, your hand's here, and it just goes like this. There's no load up, there's no telegraphing it, and it's not coming on this. If you put your hands up and you punch at me, I can see it.
Yep.
When you do it from here, I don't see it. It's kind of like, it's just in. It's something that some boxers have done to me. Well, it's like, man, your jab's annoying. But Wing Chun seems to have it just inherently annoying.
Yes. Even Jack Dempsey describes it in his theory, in his book. It is old school boxing, they have it this way. So the arm starts here on a straight line, what he calls for himself the power line of the arm. And only in the last moment here, in the last moment before he hits, he twists. So when he is like here, you have your hands up, boom.
Yeah, can't see it.
Okay, it's different than this, you see?
Yes, I see your elbow.
Yes. So for all the boxers, Jack Dempsey guys, okay, boom. You see how quick it goes? Okay? Yeah. And that's old school boxing, but they changed it on purpose from here to here. Mm-hmm. Okay? I have opinion about that. Money is involved. People want to see.
I thought it was because they went from being non-gloved, where this kid's to being gloved, where this is not going to cause the same kind of damage to a big puffy. So they have to go to here.
Yep.
Where they can start doing stuff.
Yes.
Really.
Because it's entertainment.
Yes.
Okay? So I love to watch boxing, great sport, and I admire all these big champions, okay? But in the end of the day, I'm not taking anything back I say, it's entertainment. Okay, for entertainment, even you have to have the bravery to be the entertainer with your blood, and otherwise to have the guts to fight someone like this. Okay, but in the end of the day, they're good street fighters, okay? But what we see nowadays in boxing is entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, you can see a lot of fights are clearly just stalling. The judges are, the whole sport has evolved in a way that a lot of people got turned off from boxing for a long time.
Okay. I love boxing, and I can recommend everyone boxing. You're able to be trained to punch very fast, very efficiently, but in the end of the day, what I like is when you see the core tradition of boxing, where it comes from, what it was like, it was called fist fencing. Mm-hmm. Okay? So this is a superior and mindset when you have fist fencing, and even things I've seen you do, okay? Or what even Filipino martial arts sometimes do, it's almost the same, because you wanna, when I have my guard here, you don't like me to go in. You see, you try to fence a little bit and go in.
And try to clear when I'm getting it. Yeah.
Yes, and this is what you do.
I want to fight you here.
Yes, okay, and this is what you do when you have her up here.
Yeah, you try to get to the outside and then stab.
Okay, you're not waiting for his action. Okay, so this is what I like about the Wing Chun style, that we try to maintain our 3 timing points and the posture of our opponent. That's it.
It really, Wing Chun I can see completely is hand fencing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Something people ask me about the position of my foot. Okay, when we do the turning stance in Wing Chun, you see a lot of these Wing Chun teachers, they move on their heels. This is wrong. Look at my whole body posture. If I have to move on my heels, I always have to bring up my body and sink in again. So whenever I bring my body up, I'm out of gravity, out of balance, right? Mm-hmm. So the next thing what's happening, after the turn, they stand like a ballerina. So if you push against my leg here, okay? So when we talk about the knee lock force, push it out. You see? So when we turn our whole foot, so the ball of the toes and the heel are connected to the floor, and we turn in the middle of our foot. And now when we turn, the heel goes out. I'm not twisting my foot in. I'm narrowing my stand. the heel goes out because I have to bring my tall building, narrow tall building to this side, so I have to create a base first. And you see? And it's on the other way around. And this is why we in the Wing Chun system, we turn one foot after the other. One after the other. Okay? And I'm not turning on my toes as well. It's wrong too. Okay? It's always the whole foot. So I can now practice. You can see it on my toes, how they're moving like a lizard when he moves up the wall, you see? Okay? But they're still relaxed. You can see on my toes that they're relaxed, right? Because they're moving over the floor. You see, nothing, there's no connection anymore. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff you can do right in Wing Chun, and a lot of stuff you can do wrong when you have the wrong understanding, the wrong teacher, whatever it is. Okay?
Yep.
So guys, I hope it was interesting for you. I hope I answered some of your questions pretty well. Thanks again to Ilan for joining me today.
I always learn so much. Thank you.
Inside Fighting, my Villa may come and join us and experience the best.